Hello everyone, and welcome back to our one more new series uh, of on World Chess Championship. So this time I am covering none other than Mikhail Tal versus Botvinnik 1961 World Chess Championship rematch. So as we all know that 1960 World Chess Championship we had a new winner, Mikhail Tal, and he quite won with a surprise. No one expected him to win. So now 1 year later, Botvinnik wants a rematch and want to do the shush gesture in front of media that he is also one of the best. So that's why he challenges Mikhail Tal once again for World Chess Championship. So the rules of the game are best of 24 games, unlike Capablanca versus Alekhine games that not the London system. So this is the first game, and uh, so Botvinnik is with the white pieces and Mikhail Tal is with the black pieces. So without further ado, let's get started. So Botvinnik opens with c4, the English opening. Mikhail Tal replies with knight f6, knight c3, e6, as d4, kind of going into Queen's Gambit decline line or maybe Nimzo-Indian line, and Tal goes for the Nimzo-Indian line. So transposing King's English opening to the Nimzo-Indian, and e3, very solid by Tal, very solid by Botvinnik, sorry. Uh, and now Tal castles. Now bishop d3 and d5. So similar positions like Queen's Gambit decline line, and a3. Saying Tal to accept the knight and trying to force the bishop to take the knight, and Tal first takes d cross c4. As we all know, Tal always finds something different, and he doesn't disappoint you this time also. But this is not a very complex position, and to which Botvinnik replies simply bishop cross c4, and now bishop back to d6 and knight f3, developing knight c6 and knight b5, attacking the bishop. So e5, maybe thinking that if Botvinnik, then he can do some discoveries or maybe bishop sacrifice, but Botvinnik simply takes the bishop, knight cross d6 and queen cross d6. Now d cross e5, and maybe Botvinnik thinking not to allow Tal for any crazy tactics and simply try to exchange the queen, and to which Tal does exchange the queens, and queen cross d1 and king cross d1. Now as a beginner you might be thinking why to lose castling privilege so early, and but maybe that's why he's Botvinnik and he's a world championship, so he knows what he's doing. And let's see, uh, I think maybe Botvinnik was thinking that let's exchange the queen and not allow Tal to do some crazy sacrifice and maybe just start a championship with a draw match. And let's see. So knight g4, attacking the weakness, and king e2, pretty much force. So knight cross e5, attacking the bishop. So bishop to d5, to which Tal replies c6, attacking the bishop, and bishop e4. Bishop e6 by Tal, and knight d2, improving the position of the knight, and maybe what's we will see what was his idea. So Tal goes rook a to d8, and Botvinnik goes h3, very solid. So knight back to f6, and bishop c2, as the bishop was under attack, and rook d7 by Tal, and b3. So up till now we have completely equal position, and game continues like rook f to d8, doubling up the rooks, so that this bishop is kind of stuck here, and in case if this bishop moves, then this d2 square will be very weak, and the bishop is over here, so this rook also can't be developed. It will be difficult for Botvinnik to develop. So rook d1, you need to protect this d1 square. Knight d3, attacking the bishop, and to which simply d cross bishop cross d3, and rook cross d3. So now bishop can move, bishop to b2, and also connecting to rooks. So rook back to d7, and bishop cross f6, kind of giving Tal and double pawn, so that he can attack in the next move. So Tal's reply is pretty much froze, g cross f6, and b4. Bishop to f5, kind of blocking the knight to come to the e4 square. Maybe if knight e6 right away, then maybe simply exchanges the rook, and maybe it would be draw, or maybe Tal would end up in a better position because he has the bishop, and maybe we don't know what exactly Botvinnik thought, but Botvinnik first goes for b4, and to which Tal replies bishop f5, so not allowing the knight to jump to the e4 square. So knight b3, and maybe this allowed Tal to be in a very good position, but we will see. So bishop cross d3 check, and you can't exchange the rook, otherwise you will lose the rook against the knight, and in next move you will also lose the knight. King e1 and b6, rook a to c1, and bishop e4, attacking the weakness of white, as so Botvinnik replies f3, and rook cross d1, and rook cross d1, and once again rook cross d1, and king cross d1. So Tal kind of exchanges both the rooks, and he do have a bishop against the knight, but Tal has a weak double pawn, 3 pawn islands against the Botvinnik's 2 pawn island. So bishop d5 attacking the knight, and knight to d4, c5 and b cross c5 and b cross c5. So creating Tal creates a pass pawn of his own. And as I was saying that even Tal has black pieces, but he is creating so much things. That is Tal for you. So b cross c5, and now knight b5 as knight was attacking the pawn. a6 and knight to c7 trying to attack the bishop and the pawn. So bishop c4 protecting the pawn, and knight e8. So you can't so f5 the pawn was attacked, and h4, king to f8 and knight to d6. Why not knight to e6? Because of king e7, and if knight takes this pawn, then f6 is coming, e cross f4. Even this position is better, but Botvinnik even goes for even the better line, knight d6 attacking the bishop, and bishop to f1. So g3 and king e7. So knight cross f5 check, and king has to come out. So king e6 and e4, supporting the knight. So king e5 and king d2. So in case if bishop attacks this pawn, then king can come to the safety. Okay, so we were at, yes, king to e5. So if bishop attacks this weakness, then king can come to this come to rescue. Okay, and yes, there is no more further moves, and in this position Tal Tal doesn't accept the draw. He resigns the game because of the pawn advantages the white has, and Botvinnik is a fantastic endgame player, so he's not going to lose this match. And even if we see engine evolution in this position, engine is giving +3 advantages to white. Uh, so as in the previous championship, the first game was won by Tal, and Tal ended up in winning the championship. In this, the first game is won by Botvinnik, and may he may also end up get winning. Only time will tell, and a fantastic game by Botvinnik, sticking to the principle, not allowing Tal to do any crazy sacrifices, going for the solid line, and I think it paid off. So there are also rumors that Tal, after winning the first championship, he was kind of very much carried away in alcohol and everything, and that's why he did damage his nervous system. Not very much, but not uh, but that also, that's why he was not able to focus very much. So there is no truth about it, but there's these are the some rumors for it. And so with that said, Botvinnik this time finally had the opportunity to do the swoosh gesture, and he did a swoosh gesture in front of public. And with that said, Botvinnik wins the first game of 1961 World Championship, and let's see if the second match Tal is able to come back, or Botvinnik is able to hold on a draw, because in next match Tal would be with the white pieces and Botvinnik with the black pieces. So as always, thanks for watching. Hope you all guys like it, and don't forget to leave a like, share this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching.